Did I need to eat a Ben & Jerry's ice cream sundae at midnight while flying across the Atlantic in my own business class cubby? No. But did I eat it? Absolutely.
And the best part was, we were flying for free. 2018 will mark our 5th free international flight in 5 years. How did we do it? Well, let's start from the beginning. You see, in the fall of 2011, I met this girl, and by the fall of 2012, I was already thinking about popping the question. And I knew that I wanted our honeymoon to be unforgettable. But I had a problem. I didn't have the cash to make that happen. So I had a situation. I wanted to travel, and travel well. I also had an overactive brain coupled with a type A personality and access to the internet, which led to the day that I discovered a simple little term known as travel hacking. So what is travel hacking? Travel hacking is essentially using credit card points and airline miles in creative ways to book flights and hotels for pennies on the dollar.
Your first thought probably is, don't you have to fly a ton or stay at a bunch of hotels to earn miles? The simple answer is no. We almost never pay for flights or stay at hotels, but we used 120,000 miles to fly to Europe in 2013, 140,000 miles to fly business class to Peru in 2014, 185,000 miles to fly to Croatia in 2016, 120,000 miles to fly to Hungary and home from Switzerland in 2017, and we're using 120,000 miles to fly to Italy later this year.
In our opinion, the best way for earning miles is through credit card sign-up bonuses, which are lump sums of miles given to you for signing up for a specific credit card, and usually spending a set amount of money during a set time period on that card. Since 2012, Stephanie and I have signed up for 14 credit cards, totaling over 770,000 miles in sign-up bonuses alone.
Now, if you're like us, that begs so many questions, like 14 cards, won't that wreck your credit? And the big one, like, what's the catch? You can also ask, how do I know which cards to sign up for? And how do I use those miles to book flights?
Now, I can't cover the answers to all these questions in depth, or we'd be here for days. But I can give you a brief overview for how the process of travel hacking works and who it may work best for. I've also included a link in the description below to some of the credit cards that we've used for sign-up bonuses. Now, just a note, I'm not a financial advisor. This is merely what's worked best for us, so please use this information and credit cards with discretion. First, I want to talk about some of the costs that are associated with signing up for credit cards. First of all, fees. Many of the cards that I recommend have annual fees. Many run around $100, but some run as high as $500. But used correctly, they are all worth the cost. Second, credit score. Each time you apply for credit, your credit score is affected, usually resulting in a drop of 3 to 5 points, but these inquiries fall off of your credit profile in 2 years, so the effect isn't permanent. Third, interest. If you do decide to travel hack, do not carry balances on your credit cards. If you pay interest while doing this, it completely negates the benefit. I have never paid a credit card company $1 of interest because I pay all of our balances several times per month. Treat this like it's a checking account. If you don't have the money to pay off the card, don't make the purchase on the card. Fourth, spend requirements. Again, many of these cards have requirements that you spend a certain amount of money on the card in order to get the sign-up bonus. Make sure you'll be able to meet this requirement or you'll be paying an annual fee for nothing. It's usually something like $3,000 in 3 months. Sometimes less, sometimes more. Fifth and finally, time. It does take time to keep track of your cards, the annual fees, and the amount you spend on each card. I suggest starting slow and doing one card at a time until you gain some comfort with the process. There are times now where I'll sign up for as many as 3 cards in the same day, but I've gotten pretty good at this process and I track it really well. Next, let's talk about who travel hacking isn't for. If you have bad credit, you probably won't be approved for many of these credit cards. Also, if you're getting ready to take on debt in the near future, like a mortgage or a new car, you probably should wait until the end of that process to start your new travel hacking hobby. If you're a poor money manager, this isn't for you. You have to be diligent in paying off your credit card balances each and every month to make this worth your while. But here's how these costs and fees have saved us money. So, of our 14 cards, we've paid fees on 6 of them, a total of $1,015 in annual credit card fees over 5 years. The 5 international flights have cost us 685,000 miles and $1,597.62 in taxes and other fees on our free tickets. So in all, we've paid $2,612.62 for 5 international flights. That's an average of $260 per person per flight.
Now let me make this sound even better. What we haven't mentioned yet is that our flights to Peru were all business class, and one of our flights to Europe was first class. I'm talking lay flat seats, unlimited food and drinks, free Bose headphones, the nines. So our fees were a little higher on these flights. Without the first class flights, the average per person is more like $175. If we were to book those same flights for this week, the price comes out to $28,620. That's a savings of about $26,000. Now granted, we would have not flown first class had we been paying out of pocket, so we priced all of our flights at a normal economy rate if booked today, and the total was around $13,500. So even at realistic coach prices, we still saved over $10,000 in 5 years.
Next, let's talk about a few other travel hacking benefits. Our credit cards give us free airport lounge access, have paid for our global entry memberships, as well as a handful of hotel stays. If you want to get into travel hacking, you definitely need to have a strategy and an end goal. If you just start signing up for random cards, you'll have points scattered in 100 different places, and you won't be able to accomplish what you set out to do.
All travel credit cards are not created equal. We'll get more into strategy, where to start, and suggested cards in a later vlog.
Okay, so that's a ton of information, but we want to know your questions.
Let us know in the comments or send us a message on Facebook. We'll use those questions in future vlogs on how to select credit cards or on how to use those miles to book flights.
So thanks again for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please be sure to click that subscribe button below. And when it comes to travel, never settle for ordinary. We have 6 minutes till we run out of video. That's a huge bonus when you have long airport layovers somewhere in the middle of blah blah blah. I think I know what I'm going to say now. One more time.